right, looks like we are live. It is hashtag Friday Pie Day. Everybody knows what day it is. This is the Wolfer briefing where we talk all things Wolfer finance. Okay, if you want to be here for the TA stream, that is happening exactly 1 hour from now. We will have a special guest. I know everybody's out here freaking out, running around, looking like friggin' Ricky Bobby. I don't know why my intro did not play on the YouTube video, but for whatever reason, StreamYard decided to act like it's real wicked smart, and it's got 2 tabs on it now. One is over here, right here, which is my regular tab for the stream, right, on like YouTube. And then there's a tab way over there that is about, it's like a mobile screen looking, it looks stupid. And it played the intro on the mobile screen. And of course, it did not play the intro on this. So thanks a lot, StreamYard, for the bug. Again, nothing I can do about it. I appreciate everybody that shows up. Why is everybody running around looking like Ricky Bobby?
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise.
Help me, Tom Cruise. Should I get out my aviators? Should I get out my blue light aviators? They're right back there. It won't take me long to get them. Anyways, the market's absolutely tanked. Why did this happen? What does this market crash actually mean, right? Especially in terms of what does this mean for Wolfer? To be honest with you, I'm not super worried about it. We've been talking about this. If you're inside of the Nordic Alpha community, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've been talking about this thing on my streams for weeks, if not months, okay? The 94K level, I've been calling that out. You can probably go through my channel and see, like, there's probably a thumbnail on there that shows you like 94K, right? Or 96K, right? And this is a level that we knew could potentially get hit, man. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Market dynamics mean when you go up, you got to come back and retest. When you go down, you got to come back and retest, right? You can't just go up forever because you reach infinity. You can't just go down forever because you reach zero, right? And we know Bitcoin's not going to zero. At least not today. There's too many big institutions. There's too many governments buying it. There's too many big dogs that want to have exposure to it. It's not happening, okay? Now, the one thing I will say, right? Did Burlcore convince me after 3 years? I mean, we didn't have a choice, bro. Like the choices that they offered, there was no choice. We can talk about it here in a little bit. Did I get my initial investment? I don't think anybody's gotten their initial investment back. We've got Haim 8276 Abel in here. Haim Abel. I'm Abel. Happy Friday Pie Day to everybody. And new day, new dollar woke up at the right time today, apparently. If you've got anything you want me to talk about, drop it in the comment section. I know I will talk about Burlcore. We did an entire video on Burlcore. Actually, it was like, I don't know, like earlier this week, something like that. So in any case, Keeter. Oh, it's Jeremiah Keeter. I know who this is. I know exactly who you are, man. It's good to see you guys here. There's a lot of people that are joining for the Wolfer briefing, so I'm happy to have you all here. There's like people on both YouTube channels. There's like 11 people on Twitter. So, okay, what's going on with this market? And I can show this to you on the charts too, if you'd like me to. Like, we called this out long time ago, man. We called this out a long time ago. So let me go ahead. I'll just share the screen for you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? So we called out this level right down here, right? And if we can zoom out, we can go to the daily chart and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is literally just a parallel of an uptrend, okay? Now, the uptrend stops here, okay? And we can pull all this stuff off if you want. I don't think we need to, but that parallel, it goes right here. Let me move this out of the way. I need to move some of this stuff. My desk isn't as big as it once was. So we came down and tested the bottom end of this parallel, man. And all this parallel is, if you zoom out, it's an uptrend, man. It's just an uptrend. So this is telling you bull market, right? So this is our last ditch effort to stay in a bull market right here around 93,300 bucks. I mean, it's very plain and simple. It's easy. It's cut and dry. It's plain to see, right? What we also have happening at the bottom is an AMD model, okay? Potentially an AMD model, or potentially a RIM-C model, which is where you continue upwards, okay? And we'll see. We'll see. A RIM-C model in an uptrend is when you continue upwards. In a downtrend, obviously, it's continuation downwards. But we are in a massive daily uptrend, okay? So as it sits right now, Bitcoin is in a good position, okay? It needed to flush out some of this prior liquidity. We can even deviate outside of this range to about $85,000 and still be good, okay? We need to get sucked back into that range above $94,000, $95,000 really quickly if we do go down to $84,000, but this is not super concerning yet. It's starting to get concerning, but it's not concerning yet. Now, a lot of people are wondering, like, why did this happen? Okay. And rightfully so. I totally understand why people are wondering why it happened, especially wolfers. Whenever we're super, we're exposed to altcoins, man. Like, our exposure is altcoins. And I mean, I say this a lot. The S&P will absolutely suck crypto down with it, okay? And the S&P absolutely just pooped the bed, right? From about 67.80 to about 66.70, right? Now, it's got a nice recovery, but it's getting rejected at a key area of resistance now. Boom. Look at that. It's mimicking the stock markets. I mean, you want to see? This is the S&P, right? This is the S&P on the 30-minute chart. Now let's look at that Betcon, brother. Let's look at that Betcon, man. Pretty similar. Pretty similar. You got your big dump here, right? Which is the exact same time it happened. Big dump, right? And then you've got your nice V-shaped recovery. Obviously, Bitcoin, that Betcon, brother, is not recovering as well as the S&P. Unfortunately. Now, if you came here and you thought you weren't getting a Gary Cardone impression, man, you're on drugs, brother. You're on drugs. So, why did the S&P go down? I have been saying this for months, that the S&P is overextended. I literally told my mom to put her 401k into cash equivalent accounts. I made my wife do the same. And we did that at the top, around $6,900. Well, actually, I think it was, no, it was way further than that. My bad. It was like it was about 69.20, something like that. Now, NVIDIA, all of these processor companies, right? AMD, NVIDIA, all the semiconductors are the reason why the market ran up. Now, the one thing that you need to take into account on the semiconductors is that they are not depreciating their semiconductors. All these AI companies, they're not depreciating their semiconductors how they should be depreciating them. They're depreciating them over like, I think like 5 to 7 years, when really in all actuality, they lose about 80 to 90% of their value in 2 years. So, if so facto, what that means is that they're like artificially propping up their books and not reporting the amount of losses that they should be reporting, right? Thus, increasing their earnings per share, thus making them beat on earnings. Thus, whenever all of this house of cards collapses, it's going down, and it's going down big. I took a decent, well, it's not, I can't say massive, it's $1,000, right? But I did take a put position for $1,000, which means I'm shorting on the S&P, right? And I mean, that thing's in the money by like 50% right now, and probably going to be in the money even more. And it doesn't expire until December 31st. Where do you think we'll be on December 31st? I don't know. We'll see, right? I got to let the charts tell me that. But what this means in terms of crypto is that if the S&P continues to fall, what's going to happen? Right? Everything's going to go down. There's a reason why today crypto went down, the S&P went down, gold went down, silver went down. Obviously, gold and silver got a recovery, nice bounce. We took massive gains inside of Nordic Alpha on gold and silver and the S&P and Bitcoin, all of them, right? But everything is going to go down. Why? Because the government shutdown stopped in the United States. You would think that would be bullish, right? It's not super bullish because they have not reached any type of like agreement yet, right? To figure out what's actually going on with the United States' economy, right? And its financial standing. Secondarily, they're trying to print out $2,000 per citizen, send it out like it's a tariff dividend, right? Okay. How much is that going to be able to prop up the market? It's not, because if institutions are the ones selling, retail's not going to be able to keep it up. It's pretty simple. So a lot of people are thinking that there was going to be a interest rate cut in December, and it's seeming a lot more like there's not going to be one because the Federal Reserve meeting minutes and the Fed speeches as of late were hawkish, okay? So what does this mean? This means that if that isn't happening and the S&P is going down and crypto is going down and people are losing their shirts in those markets, what are they going to do? They're going to go to their safe haven assets and sell so that they can have some money, right? So that's why you saw gold take a nice little dip. That's why you saw silver take a nice little dip, platinum, palladium, all of them, right? That's why you saw them take the same dip with the S&P and crypto. Now, the one thing I will say is that so long as Bitcoin stays up above about $94,000 right now, we're still very bullish, okay? Once you get below about $85,000, it's bear market. And the 100% confirmation of a bear market is getting below 74. Okay. And that's the previous run-up's all-time high. So if you want the technical analysis on that, I'm not going to do it because I know a lot of people that show up to this stream want to just talk, like hear about what's going on in the market and what's happening with Wolfer and how the markets are affecting Wolfer, right? But if you want the technical analysis on that, I will be doing the stream in 45 minutes at 1 p.m. Eastern time. It's 45 minutes from now. Show up to that stream where we'll do all the technicals. I'll show you all the trades that we took 0 losses in Nordic Alpha this week. And we took all gains, right? We've never taken a single week where we actually lost money in Nordic Alpha ever since the inception of the friggin' group, right? But if you want the TA, show back up in about 45 minutes. One thing I will say is that the way that this affects Wolfer Finance is we've got Avalanche, we've got Flux, we've got ETH, we've got Sonic. Unfortunately, the altcoins did not catch up to the run that Bitcoin had, right? And there's nothing that we can do about that. That has absolutely nothing to do with us. There's nothing we can do about it. We validate for Avalanche. We validate for Ethereum. We have a big bag of Sonic when we were validating for that. We don't validate for Sonic now because you can make more money off of the airdrop. So until that airdrop is done and commenced, and until it makes sense for us to pay $500 to host a node every single month on Sonic, we ain't doing it. Same thing with Flux. I'm thinking I'm probably going to cut the Flux nodes at the end of this month because it costs $640 to run those 8 nodes, $80 a piece. Are we making $80 a piece off of those nodes every month with Flux's coin price the way that it is? No, of course not. So why keep bleeding cash? Why not just wait and see if this bear market confirms or see if the bull market confirms, right? There's always that wait and see scenario, and that's kind of where we're at right now. We're in that wait and see scenario. I would love to see other people's questions and comments on that as well. But as it sits right now, I mean, this is a waiting game. Wolfer has always been a waiting game. We're just diamond handing everything, like diamond hand, baby. We're just diamond handing that. And that's what we're going to continue to do because like the cost of running the business from a like a cost perspective, it's not that much money, right? It's really not that much money. It's maybe $500 to $1,000 a month potentially to host the nodes, to have accounting and just stuff like that, right? Like it's really not that much money. So Wolfer could sit here and wait for years and never go broke. Do we want to do that? Not really, but if we have to, we could. So we'll see what happens. But now you kind of understand the reasoning why this market just absolutely tanked, right? So hopefully that's helpful to people. Hopefully people understand now a little bit more why that market tanked. And to be honest with you, Avalanche is in the gutter, right? Let's see where it's at. Let me pull up the crypto bubbles. Everything's probably in the gutter right now. Yeah. I mean, Avalanche, dude, oh my gosh. Avalanche is at $15.65. So even after this big flush, we're still in the money on Avalanche. We are still profitable on Avalanche. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's how good of a buy we got on Avalanche. Let's see, where's ETH? There's no way we're in the money on Flux. Yeah, ETH, we're still up 3x on ETH. We bought ETH at 1150. It's at 32.36. So almost 3x on ETH right now. There's no way we're in the money on Sonic. Dude, Sonic is wrecked. 13.67 cents. We bought Sonic at like 23 cents. But that was when it was FTM too. Dude, Flux, I don't even want to look at it, but we're going to look at it. 15 cents on Flux, dude. 15.61 cents. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, you just got to wait these things out, man. You cannot, like, you can't get shaken out of your positions here. This is literally just trading 101. Like, if you get shaken out of your positions here, you are an idiot. You got to wait and see for confirmations on whether or not you're going to stay in this bull market or if you're going to switch to a bear market. Yeah, I'm not doing TA on this stream, bruh. We'll do TA. Show back up in 45 minutes from now. It's at 1 p.m. I'm doing TA. This is the Wolfer only stream, which I'm sure you're here for as well, because I know you're in Wolfer decks. Is there stock sliding because BTC is sliding, or reverse? Could they be forced to liquidate? I don't think they can be forced to liquidate their Bitcoin, because and now with a caveat, if people start calling in their debt obligations, yes, they absolutely could. MicroStrategy could be forced to sell some Bitcoin if debt starts getting called in. Retail market in RL is slowing down. What's RL? Oh, yeah, Burl Core. This is what you're talking about, IK. Oh, real life. Yeah, retail is very slow in real life. Yeah, it makes sense that people are taking profits. Not taking profits, but liquidating assets in order to be able to afford, their lives. Do you think waiting another 18 months to get a payout close to their projections is right? They made promises to get our investment. Then they effed us with excuses. I mean, it could be. It could be. I mean, it is a gold mine, bro. Like, you gotta, like, it's not like Wolfer, where it's like as soon as you bring money in, you can literally just buy the coins and spin up a node and it's already validating the next day, right? Like with a gold mine, you do have to set up operations. There's licensings, there's all this stuff. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt just because what else are you going to do? They gave you two options. They said, look, you can either stay in or you can get out. But if you get out, we're just going to give you a note that says, we'll only be able to pay you back if we become profitable. So what was the point of anybody getting out? If the only way that they're going to be able to pay you back is if the company is profitable, why wouldn't you just keep your investment? Like, I don't know. For us, it wasn't even a choice. In my opinion, from a business perspective and decision, it wasn't even a choice. Like, you had to stay in almost. If you didn't stay in my opinion, I'm not saying people are, but I'm saying in my opinion, it would be dumb to have left when they told you the only way you're going to get your money back is if we become profitable. Because if you become profitable, guess what? You're going to be distributing dividends out to the investors. So, like, what's the point, right? There just seemed like no upside of taking their note. So, yeah, that's that. So we'll see how the markets play out, man. Feel free to drop whatever you want in the comment section. I will be doing a TA stream in 40 minutes now. From now, 40 minutes, we will be doing TA on whatever you want us to do TA on. I'll show you all the trades that we killed it on inside of Nordic Alpha. We took like 10 trades this week. across all markets, absolutely murdered it. Every single one of them winners. I'll gladly show them to you. I'll gladly do the TA on everything that you want to see. And I will see you all there. If you want to get into Nordic Alpha, again, it's always the first link in the description. Do whatever you want to do. It's the least expensive it will ever be. If you want to learn a real skill that they can't rug pull from you, get in there and learn it, because we're absolutely killing it. I will see you all soon. Everybody have a wonderful #Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families. I appreciate the Wolfpack for showing up, showing out, showing support, and showing love. Much love to you all. Everybody have a wonderful day. Peace.